Yo, 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 what's happening? Hope you're all doing good out there. It's quite late for me right now. I think it's around 10:30 at night. Paula, I'm just giving a thumbs up here for sound. You can hear me? Amazing, amazing, amazing. What's up, everybody? As you could see, obviously, the last few days, we ended up getting a nice little reaction from Bitcoin. I think it was another scary day where we looked and all of a sudden we just saw this massive drop. And obviously now we look that we had quite a decent reaction. Now, one thing that is important for me is where we are currently forming this sort of cup over here. There's a level called 618, and if we break through this, I think, a possible bullish leg to the upside, or we actually have the perfect short right now. But guys, what I actually want to do over here, what's up, everybody? What's up? I promise I'll get my energy up. You're probably wondering why I look like Hulk Hogan's son. I'll explain that to you a little bit later. It looks pretty cool, eh? Not bad. So I'll get the life up, guys. It's been quite crazy. I've been shooting this weekend. And that's why I ended up running a bit late for the show today, but I want to come spend some time with you guys. I'm obviously starting with the competition. I'm entering 1 or 2 trades to see what we can do in this next month. I think it's going to be exciting. So I want to go through, see what possible trade setups we have. And I want to spend some time with the people and see, let's go through some strategies. Let's go through a few different things of where we are at the market right now. And what I'm personally doing, my time has gotten a bit more, it's slowed down quite a bit. My time. I'm extremely busy right now, so my strategies have slightly changed. But I wanted to continue the momentum, continue what we're doing here, and let's get back to spending time together and learning together and kicking ass together. So Paula, I think let's start the song and let's get going with the damn show. Let's hit it.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tethers all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter Fam, what's happening? I hope you're good. You can see I'm currently not in the studio. I am in Johannesburg. I've been shooting a little bit of content this side. It's been pretty cool. We actually spent the day back in, I think it was 2-3 years ago, where I was staying before the crypto journey. And I was back in the factory and I was back looking at all the stuff again. So it was really cool to go back down memory lane again and just realize again what we're doing here and why we just can't stop. Even though it gets hard at times, market's been quite terrible. We've got to stick together and we got to keep hitting it. So if you're brand new, smash a like, smash the subscribe button. There's going to be a great show of us going and see what trades are available. I think we're at a point of either possible breakout or rejection here and a nice, beautiful short. This is obviously on my trading portfolio. I want to go through a lot more than just trading portfolio. I was sitting here thinking previously from the live trading shows, if we can spend the time in between just going through strategies, and I want to relate to you guys and see where you guys are at while we're trading some money on the side. I think it's the spot wallet and long-term portfolio that's a big one for us to focus on where we're at right now. So we're going to spend some time. So join the family, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Make sure, guys, remember the competition and everything has begun. I have my $300 over here and my $280 over here. I'm going to have some fun in the competition. Remember, guys, if you do want to join the competition, we do have everything below here. You can join with ByBit or you can join with BitGet. I think we're playing for around 150K between the two exchanges. End of the day, I'm not here, though, to, I think the tournaments, one thing that's really good about it is people obviously the competitiveness and that, you know, makes them try a lot harder. But ideally, what I think is really good about it is I think it's such a good time to rate yourself and a time to like get a full structure of where you're at with trading. Like, let's get you on a scale. Are you a 2? Are you a 4? Guys, actually pop in the comments there. What would you rate yourself out of 10 as a trader right now? I think that's the whole purpose of all of this, is to actually get a good understanding. A win is you just making money for the month. But ultimately, I like that you are actually monitoring yourself and you actually structuring yourself. 1 out of 10. You see, now we got to start looking at those 9s and see the 9 wrong ones and see what the hell happened in that time, so we can start building your rule system. Someone's a 13 out of 10, so you're a badass trader. -1, 3.5. -10. Okay. Looks like we're going to start setting you guys some rules. So guys, obviously we got the trading competition. Remember, we also have Discord if you want to join that. You and become a VIP, get a lot of calls every day and a lot of different sections. Just join our Discord. But in order, VIP, you got to be using one of our exchanges. Sorry guys, I am very tired tonight. One of our exchange links below. You get trading bonuses, you get sign-up bonuses, and all of that. I think let's jump into the charts and let's go see where we're currently at. So obviously we did have that nice little bounce on Bitcoin, which was pretty good. It was nice to see how fast we went down, and this is a pretty good engulfing. And then what happened after that is obviously price hit certain resistance. We then came down and tested, and ideally what we were looking for here is for us to hold this area. And if we hold this area and we start breaking through the next highs, you know, we can be looking at a nice momentum move to the upside. Now, we've been waiting for some sort of volume. If we do look on the 4-hour, this was a really good candle, because, you know, how many times have we come to contest the lower ranges? We're coming 18,000, 18,000, 18,000, many different times. And we're just waiting for like a capitulation candle or something to just give us the big momentum push that we need to finally get out of this range. And what we also got to remember is if we go sideways for a long time, we don't need that capitulation anymore. They've built up enough in that period, and now we can send it at any point. So we basically be waiting for the 2 options. And again, we just came down to the low 18,000s. We then got bought up. This is a pretty good engulfing. And what I am noticing here, guys, is look how we're getting these like random legs of pumps in this area. And then it comes straight down, and then there's this random pump, straight down, pump, and here. So for me, it's still quite, what's up? What's happening, guys? Please pop in the comments where you're from, how you feeling, what's happening, and continue rating yourself. I'm going to go through them now. I want to see what you guys rate yourself out of 10 as a trader. But I did like Gala Games. We'll go through, guys. The market is, you look at Matic and look at a few tokens. So if we do break here, I think some altcoins can move. And obviously we get rejected here. I think the range is getting bigger. So I feel that there is opportunities either way. But this is interesting. Up zones here, continuously getting bought up in the area. So for me, it's pretty good to see that. Am I back? I'm back. Sorry, guys. Like I said, we keep getting our hopes up to these areas, but it is nice to see that we are getting these bounces. And we are still, remember, guys, we're still at such a critical level when it comes to this. I like that we haven't had the biggest rejection of them all and like complete rejection of this area, but we are still at a very critical stage, which is for us to break this long-term trend. Let's get the trend line going good there and get that there. Break this long-term trend. It can be really good for us, not only for the sake of where we at breaking that long-term trend, but also giving us an opportunity of 2-3 months of a solid move in one direction. We've seen this for many weeks now. At some point, you will have a bit of greenness, same as we've seen previously here before. And ultimately, we just fight and fight and fight until we see we can get it. Cape Town, new to trading. Okay, cool. Portugal, what's happening? So guys, let's quickly see here what's happening on the short time frames, and then I'm going to start going through some charts and start going through some different strategies and see where everyone's at. I see Craig's here, Mama Sniper's here. Okay, cool. So what I'm looking at here, guys, is this previous breakout on Bitcoin was good. This was a nice little push, but for me to know that this is a decent one that's going to break the high and we're going to start getting to the next level, yeah, Hulk Hogan, is we have the 618. So you could see basically exactly where we got rejected at the moment is a 618. So we're currently fighting an important level. We're fighting a nice little trend. If you have a look over here, over the last few days, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. And if we make our way through this area over here, it can mean we go test the top ranges again. And either way, we've gone and test the 18K range again in the last few days. And if we go and test the 20 again, ultimately we are just fighting a range between 18 and 20K. And as soon as we break one of them, will basically give us a direction of where we're moving at and where we're going from there. So it's another important trend. Now, I also have some nice short possibilities as well, because I'm looking at Matic, which is looking really good right now. I see the altcoins are starting to move. And basically, I'm tracking this because this is sitting strong on support as we speak. And if this loses steam during the stream, for me, I might hedge. I got 2 different exchanges here. I got a BitGet exchange and I got a ByBit. I might go long, I might go short on both different exchanges, but different directions. I might possibly do that. But one thing that is interesting me now is the range. If you look at where Matic was trading previously, and a lot of these tokens they were basically trading in the sideways range over here. And you could see for a couple days, we were only getting a range move between 2 to 3% on altcoins, which is quite crazy. Now, that was obviously because the dominance has been spiking up. But now all of a sudden, you could see how we started to break our way up. We have not tested our breakouts on a lot of the tokens, especially the ones that broke out today. But when I do see this, I see all of a sudden we have a range that's now improved a lot more. And for me, this obviously sparks my short-term trading accounts to start get moving with those again. And obviously, I know long-term on the weekly, we need to be paying attention to our long terms as well. I don't know if you guys bought, if anyone did buy that Scallop. I saw that is starting to move pretty well. I know we were buying it in these areas over here, and that had a really good pump today. I still like these little tokens, like 1% of my portfolio. I've been loading up quite a bit of these tokens in all the areas. So guys, let's quickly jump onto the comments here. And I got some alerts there. As soon as we have the alerts go off, we will start getting some trades on the way. And I'll start getting through some charts for you guys. Okay, what are we thinking, guys? Up or down? Up or down? Do we get rejected here? Do we go down? What are we doing from here? Good morning, guys. What's happening? You bought Scallop. Fantastic. Well done. Can I chart AZERO? I'll have a look for you guys. I'll go through a few charts with you guys through this time. I miss Mama Sniper. Mama Sniper's here, but I think she is sitting in bed. She's helping me. Down, down, up. Okay, up, down, up, down. Okay, there's a big fight between bulls and bears here. Down, quick pump, then dump. Break even over 20 trades. Okay, so I see there's a lot of people that are still struggling quite a bit, obviously, with trading and all of that. What I want us to do here is just something very simple. It's a very simple step, and I taught it to you guys the other day as well on Friday. Go watch the video that I did post on Friday about the trading competition. That's one of the strategies which are really good. But I think the best way for this, guys, is for us to just get some trades moving again with each other and get the basic sort of understanding of what we're doing and how I'm trading the next few weeks on my spot and my leverage accounts. We go over 20K, then dump. Yeah. It's not just about the live trading, guys. I want to sit here and we're gonna trade. I want to trade. I definitely want to make money, and I'm sure everyone wants to make cash. But we'll really learn a lot together in these sessions again, because I'm just the school is keeping me so crazy right now. The amount of episodes are just, I think it's like 70 episodes coming on school, guys. Banter Joburg meetup. We will do it. I'm back here in 2 weeks. So I'm going back to Cape Town tomorrow. Then I'm back. I'll explain my mustache soon, guys. I had quite a crazy boys weekend. How does it look, by the way? Where's it here? They did cut it skew. They cut it very skew. You want to see the other guys? We got some guys that shaved the grandpa. We have some guys that did, I think it was reverse mohawks. It was really, really, really good to see all the boys go quite crazy. So Matic, guys, what I'm looking at here is I don't think I'm interested in a long in Matic. I feel it's done pretty well. If the market does start to move, we do have quite a bit of resistance at, I think it's 19,700. I think we get through that, we start to get a directional move from the market. But for me, I think Matic is one that I'm probably prepping to short. So remember what we're doing now. Market range has gotten bigger. And ideally, if we look at where we are with Matic on the 1 hour, this is getting pretty heated here. So I still think it was a pretty bullish breakout from the market in general. But I think at some point this comes and tests here, and then we have a continuation to the move there. So yeah, it does definitely need to cool down. So let me actually have a look here and see. You can see the RSIs are now making its way down on the 1 hour, and I'm looking at the 4 hour. Let's see, 4 hours right at the top. So what I'm doing with a lot of these sort of swing trading, I'm looking to trade maybe twice a week at the moment, and I'm basically just focusing very much on the 4 hour. I think the 4 hours has been pretty good. I know we're in the very top range now, so for me, a short is probably looking a bit better. I am buying the retest though for a long. I am definitely buying the retest for a long. So I think Matic and a lot of tokens at some point, it may go higher from here first, but at some point we'll lose steam. I think we come back to this area over here, and then I think we settle. And from here, I think then it's time for us to possibly look at longs. Or we obviously have what we used to right now, a big rejection that takes us all the way down to the bottom range again. So the way I'm doing this is I am jumping through just for now. So you can see what I did. I looked at my 4 hour, I looked at the RSI, so I look at higher time frame. Then I jump to shorter time frames so I can monitor the momentum and try catch it early. So if I am looking for a short, I'm going to track this now early on shorter time frames, knowing that the higher time frame is overbought. And at some point, we should have a pullback from that. Now I zoom in so I could see how can I get this. Now, remember, if I am doing, a lot of guys, what this means as well is even for spot and that is on a lot of these trades, especially 4 hour, 8 hour, if you get these trends, you don't have to trade leverage and all these things. But if you can get a momentum break of something that's really shot up and you can get that on the retest and stuff, you can farm tokens and these sort of things. Please take what I'm giving you guys here and a lot of information and just apply to your strategy. I am trading some leverage over here, but leverage practice. Put some school fees money in, otherwise it whips your ass. I'm sure everyone knows how quick leverage can whip your ass if you just put a lot of money into it and you get crazy and you start getting like addicted. You don't sleep at night and it starts these sort of forms. So first thing you do for me when you're watching these shows and you're with me again on this stuff, just be comfortable, put comfortable money, like stop stressing yourself out. You need to start building for the longer game more than the shorter game. If we are here for another year, it does get quite wild. I think trading is one of the only things that can keep you in the markets. Otherwise, you just get disinterested. And you get disinterested in the long time, in the wrong time. You know, it's accumulating time. It's a stage where you've got to focus, and we got to make sure we learn all the strategies that we can use. Doesn't matter which way the market's going or anything like that. So I am going leverage on these, which means I need to obviously manage my risk and make sure my risk is pretty low with a lot of these. So I would probably be waiting. I think Matic does go slightly higher. If we do have a look of where it can possibly go, we just go mark the next resistances, and that's these previous high points over here. So I basically put my line up there, and basically my line up there. And that gives me the next 3 targets on where Matic goes from here. I then jump into the 1 hour and I now track it as it goes to those momentum, to these resistances. So what I do always is you want to have some sort of understanding of where the market could possibly turn and know where's next resistance. I don't know why, but a lot of people put their orders in the same places, and they use this strategy quite often. So you want to go and mark these, and even at any point now, if Matic starts to run from here and it starts to break these ones, all you do is you continuously go and get more data from the left. You just want to know where's the ranges, where's possible ranges, and it's turned here before. So it can turn here again. And you'll see how often it actually does that. Look how this one here, the closing candles, 1, 2, 3 resistances in a row, all of a sudden rejection at that point. So it's weird how it does come and test these levels previously. So you basically want to give yourself a basic level of where this can go from here. Then once you got that, you're then jumping on to, you're zooming in. So let me just make sure again, 8 hour RSI, fantastic. 4 hour RSI, fantastic. now I know that they definitely overbought on the higher time frames, and now I just want to track it. I got the levels of where we're going, where we could reverse at any points. I could see it started to accelerate very quickly now. You can see how it starts to get some sort of rejection at these levels. We'll see if it breaks through. And this is how you start to identify when you get those range pops. You know, when a coin all of a sudden hits a level and then it breaks through it and then it just runs. It like creates that big candle. Very similar to what we just did now, where we have all this resistance where we just don't hit it, we don't get through it, we don't get through it. All of a sudden we break through it and you get this like rocket. And that's usually either stop losses or there's like a gap in the order book. And as soon as it breaks through a very big order or something like that, it breaks through and it starts to accelerate. So that's what's nice by setting all these previous resistances, because it can give you a little bit of an idea. I don't know if you guys can see all my lines here. I just want to make sure you can. It gives you a little bit of an idea of where those big gap pops can come at any point, which is nice. It does give you a key area, and you're going to use that on times when you're holding trades and you want to see, does this go more? Like, should I hold this a bit longer? And it also gives you levels on where to dollar cost out as well, which is really important. So if all of a sudden you're holding your trade and you break through this level, you know, it's just telling you we've broken through now, we should not come back in. We've broken the ceiling. Let's hold it as a floor. So start moving your stop loss up. And you see what it basically does for you is if I break this, remember the simple rule of what you're looking for here. If I break this high now, come and test it and go break the next. That's all that I need you to do. If you're going to remain bullish, keep breaking the levels, turn them into support, break them, turn them. And until you start doing something else, tell me about it, because I want to know about it and I want to be getting out, and because something has obviously shifted. So that's all that it means by breaking through these resistance times is if I break through, we should not come back in, move my stop loss up. And it's going to work the same for shorts or longs. And it just confirms you again. This has just broken through. So if you bought Matic earlier on that breakout, you now take your stop loss and you shift that bad boy up because you've just broken another resistance. And we should play something like this now. And if it does it again, where it comes down here, tests, and then it breaks through again, it's the same thing. Take this now and shift it up. So start using, I think a lot of times I've been using, you know, trend lines with you guys and all these things. I think it's time for us to, you know, even for me, to go back to the basics of where I started. And that's use the horizontal lines as well. Use the lines where the horizontal, just to give you those key areas of where to update that stop loss or where to do any of these things. Exactly, guys. It's pumping hard. It's doing well. And that's why you'll always love the momentum line. This momentum line told you it came and tested. Wait. If we break, you're interested. But look how it holds it and respects it beautifully. And all of a sudden, it broke through and start to really move. So I'm going to track this one. It's now a little bit of a distance away from support. So looks like the market's looking pretty good right now. But basically what I'm waiting for now is I'm going to give this some time. If we do break it just now at any time, I'm definitely interested. But this now, what you do, this is why you got to have at least the first paid TradingView, guys. I know it's like, I think $20 a month or something, but you got to have alarms. You have to have alarms because you may not have this exact trade now. Like, you know, we will never be able to control the time with the live streams and stuff like that, because things just happen very quick. But you don't want to miss this trade. Okay, cool. It's away from my support now. I'm going to let this bad boy run. Look how beautiful the range is. Look how good this will get. Either we have the two options. We had the option of us breaking here now, and I get a nice 3, 4, 5% trade. That's great. Or this breaks up and continues this rally, and I end up getting a 10% trade at some point. And that's how you basically got to think about it. It's not always about trading every day, and the more you trade, the more money you make. It's not actually about that. It's more about how can I get the better trade. You know, less trades, better quality trades, and more profits on those trades. I would rather this counts as a trade. Me skipping this one now and not shorting over then it counted as a trade. Basically counted me as extending this one for the next bigger trade. So I'm still keeping this now, and I've got an alarm in play. And you can either put a message in that alarm or anything like that, so it can alert you on what to do. But I'll wait for this, and then I'll look for the next one. Now, let's start looking at where Bitcoin is. If I did look at the shorter time frame, because I think obviously the higher time frame RSIs are getting quite choppy, and we do still have Bitcoin that has not gone past the 618 just yet. So get your popcorn ready. Already have. So we'll obviously have a look. I had a few tokens that were looking pretty good. Obviously, ETH is looking great. If we do have a breakout here, you could see how it's basically accumulating beautiful in this range. And what I have is this trend line over here. And I'll show you guys we are very near. So there is still a possibility of a long as well. And the long, let's just have a look here. He's looking pretty good. What do we think, guys? What do we think? I think I want to get some of my competition. I need to get a good start. I can start prepping. The one I'll wait for a short. The one I think I'm going to long. So we'll do Bitcoin. Let's have a look here. I don't know. This looks good. It looks pretty good. Let me get my line straight. So I'm not bullish or bearish right now. I think I'm going to take a run on both. I really do. I think I got to go for the ETH one. That looks good. Let's go see my different options here. I'm going to draw them up, put the horizontal lines, and we can see what looks really good. Matic. I'm pretty sure it's going to slow down at some point. There's Algo. Rune. So if we look at AVAX, also looking pretty good. Not there just yet. 88. Give me coins, guys. Give me coins. Give me coins. Where are all the 70 lessons you've been making, Sheldon? So they're coming in sniper school, guys. Sniper school. I'm hoping by the end of November, beginning December is our first intake of about 5,000 to 10,000 students. And then we'll be rolling. It's probably my biggest legacy. I'm excited. I wanted to come back and hit the live trading quite hard, but me and Ron and the team decided that the school was main priority. Get the school done, and then we can get back to action. So I've been focusing. Near Sushi Long, Rune Near, Vets. Okay, let's go through some of these. So AVAX looks pretty good. I think I want to set this alarm. So I'll set that alarm up over there. EGLD, well, quite volatile. So THETA, I think, guys, I still think this is still my own thought of things. I still think the market's going to run at some point and have a nice little relief bounce. I don't know. I still have a feeling for this year, but I just got to be very patient with it. But if we look at ones like THETA, I really want to catch this. This for me is good. So I'm not too worried about trading it right now. I'm more waiting for the next big one, because this one for me, when it eventually breaks this, I think it can go back to the top range, and that could be a 60% trade for me. So that can be quite a bit. Okay, XRP. This doesn't look too great. So remember what I do here, guys. 8-hour charts. Take my nearest resistance. Support, sorry, my nearest resistance. That's how you want to identify. Do I buy or sell now? You don't buy or sell because you're in the middle. So you either buy in the bottom or the top. So that's the first one. I can basically set myself up a few little tests on either way. So I can start to look at risk to reward. And is it worth me to take the trade? Is it worth too long? Is it worth too short? Should I be patient? Should I trade now? All these questions. You got to put all the data out, and you can see what is worth it and what isn't. There was the high over there, and let's go see where the previous highs were. Then you got this low over here, and you got this one over there. Alrighty, so I got all my support and resistances in play. Now I go look at some trends and see where we're at. So it did break this previous trend over here. Pretty good. So that was obviously a good short or retest. The cross lines, guys, these are called horizontal rays. Horizontal rays. I use them quite a bit, so it doesn't send lines straight through the whole chart. You could just set it so where you click it, it just runs. So that looks like it broke over there, and then we have this trend over here, so it's pretty nice. So remember, what you do is once we have broken one of the lines, you basically draw the other. So you could see that that was previous support. We dropped it, which is cool. Then what you do is you put your resistance in play, and you can see we're currently fighting resistance as we speak. RSI is not overbought. Let's see where the 12 hours at. Just gone down. Daily is good. Daily is very good in XRP. So remember, you're going to use these stochastic RSIs to know how patient must you be. So even on the 4-hour, 8-hour, like you could still see it can be quite toppy, and it can show there can be possible downs, and we can come down to these levels. But ideally, you're still buying in a good range for the daily. So if you're looking for something that you're holding for a little while on that, these RSIs will help you sort of get an understanding. That shorter time frame, we might come down lower, so you'll be a little bit more patient. You'll put these lines out. But ideally, you want to be buying on this pullback if it does pull back, because your daily is at the bottom. When your daily is at the bottom, it's really good. So it's a nice little way for you to see that. And then how I would structure this trade now is I have the resistance in play. Let me just get it correct, so I'll make sure I got the lines right. There we go. And obviously put an alarm. Now, if it does play out, this is how I will do it. Why is it not letting me select one? There we go. There we go. Okay, so obviously the way it plays out, very simple strategy as always. This will break. As soon as this breaks this trend and breaks this high, you've now formed another support. Okay, so it means it's breaking the resistance. So this new low now becomes your support, this one over here. So you're using those horizontal lines still. Then once it breaks through, it's now confirmed a higher high, obviously a higher low. We've seen this many times. The trend line is going to help you with the retest. So the buy over there and the buy in the retest, and the stop loss under your support over here. So remember, if we're going to be bullish here and this is going to be a proper breakout, we won't make any low lows from here. So you're using this previous low over your previous support as an area of where you're putting stops. We're buying the retest over here, and this is ultimately my next target of where we're getting. Once we got that, and we have confirmed that, we can draw the next support in, very similar to what we did over here, and you'll basically continue that momentum. Now, for me, if that does happen, it means I'm basically buying in this range over here. And let's go see risk to reward, because it doesn't look that great just yet. But let's see. So if I buy the average at that area over there, and I basically look at my area of stop loss up to 4%. So do you see why 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour is great for spot and these sort of things? Because you're using about 5% of your stop losses. But ultimately, if you look at the gains, remember, if you're a spot trader, you have to be a higher range trader. You got to expect way bigger movements, up, down, up, down. But if you look at your gains, you can be looking at a 14 to 15% gains. So bigger stop loss, bigger gains. What's up? Greetings from Germany. I still want to go there. And remember, if you do want to obviously leverage trade, we're obviously zooming in a lot more and using a lot earlier sort of trades, trend lines. Sorry, a lot sort of short time trend lines. Let's see here, Matic. I don't know. I feel we can get this one. We'll be a bit patient. That's quite a long tail here. Never short now, guys. Wait for the momentum trend break, because then you're definitely losing steam. It can still move from here. It's obviously getting quite a bit of volume. So Matic's good. Still looking strong right now. We look at Solana. What Solana did on the short time frame is it broke this trend. Broke that trend over there. And if we look at higher time frame, let's actually clean the chart up. Whoa, Solana looks good. We just got to break through it. Look where we're at. Important stage where we're at now, guys. We're either going to get some really big shorts, and I'm pretty sure if I take this Fibra trace, we must be at 618. Yeah, you can see we're at 618 right now. So break here, the market looks pretty strong. You can have a 10, 15% growth in Solana again. I'll have a look at ADA now. So this could be pretty good if we break it. Otherwise, it's a fantastic short. if we don't break through this area. I'll show you now the momentum line that we'll put in, because this can obviously go all the way back down to those ranges. What's the questions there? I don't think I'm coming to the Solana conference this year, guys. I don't think I'm coming this year. Yeah, everything's face press against resistance. Solana has broken momentum. No, it hasn't. Be careful on the shorter time frames. Be careful. Let's look at the daily on Matic. It does look good. It does look good. I think there's a short time frame. It looks really good, actually, the daily. The only thing is we didn't test or retest any breakout levels just yet. So Matic, remember what I said? I think we're going to buy the breakout. We're going to buy the retest. So if there is a short, now we obviously, let's look at high time frames here. So I'll show you the same strategy again. I'm pretty sure maybe we'll get a small rejection there, retest, and then the breakout. It's what I'd want to see from Matic. Retest over here, and then we start to move. So we'll pay attention to that. Guys, I've been bullish for the last while. Like, I'm waiting for the bullish breakout. I know one of these days we're going to sit and say, wow, like, it finally came. Our hard work of sitting and waiting paid off. Are you guys enjoying this? Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this? I am a little bit tired today, guys. So I'm a little bit that, but please let me know if you're enjoying this, enjoying just spending time and us learning together. Yeah, you're right. You're supposed to buy the breaker, buy the retest, not predict the breakout. Exactly. You wait for the ones that's broken out. Have a look. This one's broken out. We wait for retest. I agree with you. 100%. I agree with you. Are you enjoying it? Amazing, guys. Amazing. Okay. Someone tells me I must look at ADA or I'll regret it later. This does look cheap. Like, I've been building a Cardano bag. This does look cheap. You missed the live streams. Amazing. Sorry, guys. I got to get to school. Rand's like pushing me on it, and I think it's gonna be really cool. So obviously Cardano, like, this is crazy on higher time frames. This is really like ridiculous. I have a good bag. I want to buy more. I just don't know when it's gonna wake up. We know Cardano wakes up at any point. Let's see what's good sort of trends we have here. So it is definitely accumulating and running sideways quite a bit. You could see how, let me just get it bigger, how it's at a really critical level, long-term support. And we obviously got these very sharp trends over here right now. So if you are, the only time I choose bottoms is when I'm an investor and I just want a dollar cost. You just buy it. You think it's cheap. And if it's cheaper, you buy more, or you try buy again. But for me, ultimately, I'll wait for this trend line. When this trend line, then I know. So you can either be a trend line guy or you can be a horizontal guy. Wherever those levels are, you buy, you sell. You can choose that, or you can do trend lines. If we do look at RSIs, 8 hours obviously high, 12 hours high, daily is low. So basically what I do think possibly happens here is I think the market goes a little bit higher. Once it goes a bit higher, then we have a decent pullback, and it's probably a pullback that's good for the next push up after that. It's what I'm thinking, but obviously I'm just going to trade whatever the chart's telling me. I'm glad you're enjoying it, guys. I'm glad you enjoy it. I think ADA will lose 30 to 40%, like it's nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I wish it came back to life. It's such a fun coin to trade when it's moving. What's up? What's happening? My Glock is full of ADA. I know, brother. I feel you. When is our ADA going to moon? That's the question I got for you. Let me know. Maybe phone Charles there. Just tell him, let's send this thing. 37 cents each. Nice. Guys, is stuff cheap right now? Like, do you have money? I think it was one question we asked today. Apparently, a lot of people still have money, so they feel that there's still a lot more pain to come. We're not at max pain yet. Like, do people have money? I feel we've been through quite a bit in the last few months. Tried to short Sol, missed it. Yeah, wait for the trend breaks. We can break out pretty hard here if we do. No money, no. Oh, we had Max Bane. I don't have any money. I'm fully out of the markets. Are you in cash? Okay. Just learn. Learn with me. Learn with me. Learn with me. Learn with me. We'll make the money. When it's time to make the money, we'll make it. Injective. Let's put INJ. INJ. No Run's been talking about this actually quite a bit. Let's actually see. Okay. So horizontal lines, let's have a look. We cracked through that one. So if we hold that, that's good. We got this one. We then have this one up here. We then have a trend line, which you could see we broke and retested nicely. We then have higher time frame trends. Let's see where we are on the higher time frame. Wow, this thing was crazy all the way back then. So it's definitely broken out of a different sort of trend of what it was previously and definitely gone into some sort of accumulation. So lower time frame, we're obviously breaking out. So I think the break of 2.5 is obviously a really critical one. If we can break through that one, there's a big gap. Remember these gaps I was speaking about, guys, when you get these big accelerations all the way through. So for me, if you are support resistance, you're always adding on support. So if it comes back here, you're adding slight to your bags. And you're also protecting yourself in these areas over here as well. And ultimately, we hold this and we break the next. I think we've got a big gap, and the big gap's probably around 2.8. It's still got obviously 30% until it gets there, but then you go all the way to 3.6 after that. So it's looking pretty good. I do think it should go higher from this first, but looking good. It's definitely changed phases. So I think it's in accumulation, longer term sort of view. It does have a bottom range of, where did this thing go? $1.1. So cancel half from here if the market chooses to go back down to support at any point. So remember that, very important. Chiliz. It's a pleasure, guys. We'll do lots more of this. I know it's late. I know it's very late. I'll make sure it's a lot earlier next time because I am really tired. Chiliz. Let's have a look at Chiliz. So I think Chiliz was obviously doing well because of the World Cup, right? Because I remember I used to like Chiliz at some point, and I used to buy all those fan tokens, but then those things destroyed me. Those fan tokens were so volatile; they would hit me a lot. So I actually like this. This looks pretty good because it's forming a really good trend. So whoever saw Chiliz, this looks really good. It's actually at a point that if Bitcoin breaks another trend, like Chiliz is going to move. Like this is a great trend actually, and it's probably not a short term. I don't know if it's short term. I don't know if I'll trade this short time frame, but it's actually really nice because it went sideways, and if it breaks here, let's get our horizontals here. I actually like this one. This looks good. So if it breaks that horizontal over there, we then have one more, which is about 7-8% away, and then we got the higher range, which is up over there at those zones. So if we get the confirmed break over here, I would put my stop under this little one. How do I see that? I go jump into the little time frames, and you can see this low over here that we've made would be the area for me to protect. We must break this, test this, and move on to the next. And once we got that signal, I can shift that stop loss up. This is obviously dependent on Bitcoin right now. It's at a great resistance. You just want Bitcoin to break the next important line, and then I think this is good. We look at percentages. It's a 7 and then a 14 and obviously a 26 after that. If we look at this on the way higher time frames on the weekly, I don't know, it looks pretty good. Looks maybe like a nice inverse. There's the head, possible shoulder. That looks pretty good. It does look good. What else we're looking at? AZERO. Do you get AZERO on here? I don't know if you get AZERO on here. IO AZERO. So this is also a good token. I know a lot of guys have been speaking about it. It just looks like it obviously needs a little bit more time. Yeah, a bit more time, guys. A bit more time until I choose on this one. What did you miss? What did you miss? Not much just yet. We're waiting. Mama Sniper, you're also welcome in the Kruger. Thank you. Thank you. I'll bring Mama Sniper. I'll definitely bring her. Okay, let's go see what's happening here. That looks like it was quite a big rejection on Matic. So there's our trend. Looks pretty good. Yeah, Matic's pretty close. I do want it to go a bit more. So what's shitty about the candle that it just formed now is if I want to short, my previous high was pretty high. So I'd actually like Matic to come here, and then break. Then it just gives me a nice stop loss area. So guys, I'm going to give you the sort of trades or something that I am looking for. It looks like the markets, Bitcoin, I think we just need a little bit more time with the 1 hours to reset. But I think at some point there will be some shorts. You could see over here. I thought I'd have a little bit more energy than what I do now. So I'm going to give you guys my basic setups. I just wanted to come and spend some time with you guys again. I promise I'll start spending a lot more and bringing this back again where we can sit together and do this. But this is what I want to see, guys. Matic from here, make its way up. The high time frame RSIs are coming down quite a bit. Once this breaks, I'm entering, stop loss above, and I'm running down. I think Matic does come back down to around 80 cents. So it looks like a 5 or 6%. So this is the one that I'm looking to enter on my one of my trading competition accounts. Remember, guys, to sign up, use the link below. It's a great way for you to learn through these times. It's important. It's not about winning the cash. If you do, it's a cherry on top. But as long as you've made money for the month, you haven't lost money. It's all about getting good. So Matic is definitely one to pay attention to. Solana, same thing. You do have this very strong sort of push to the upside. So that could be a decent short. And I like that the highs are where they are. Yeah, guys, we'll learn a lot. I'm back. Let's have fun. Scallop's pumping. Yeah, Scallop is good. It is good. Let's see. Is it going more? No. And remember, so you got two options. Either we do go test those, we break the supports, and there's a short-term short. But if the markets do explode, guys, I would say Sol is one of the bullish ones. Injective is definitely one of the bullish ones. Chiliz, definitely. Look at this. Looks really good. This actually looks really nice. Let's see where we're at here. Let's see what the percentages are, because I think these ranges are pretty big. 1.4. I think I'm going to do a small one, eh? I'm going to do a small one. I'm going to put my stop loss and I'm going to get to bed. Remember to always change your leverages. Never keep this. I'll probably run it a 6 for now. I just want to get the competition going. CHZ. Chiliz is good. Oh, look at that trend. I like this trend line. It's a good trend line. If the markets move. So what I did do there is a 1.5% stop loss is where I'm going to set it. So if I'm doing a 5x, I'm basically risking 7.5% of my capital. So if I got $300, I'm basically opening. Let's set this up at probably do about 85%. I will long here. Okay, cool. That's over there. I will put a take profit and a stop loss. I understand. That's great. Cool. So if I put a stop loss, it's basically 0.1825. 0.1825. So basically, no, that looks too big. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go tighter. 10836. Just want to get a little bit of rust gone. See how this thing doesn't change. 20x. That's why I'll put it on a 6x. Did I just 20x long? Guys, you see, always pay attention. By mistake, I 20x long. You're always gonna be very careful. Remember to change the stuff, because that's That's just ridiculous now. 20x. Do I hold the 20x, guys, or do I close it? I'm definitely closing it. Okay, flash close. I'm probably going to lose now on fees. Close, please. I lost $8. What the? Okay, let's do that again. Okay, get this over here. Confirm. There we go. Okay, over there, 6x leverage. YOLO. I should have. I should have actually. $8. $8. Okay. Now let's put it in again. I was wondering why it was telling me that my loss was so much. Okay, so if it's there, 1826. 0.1826. 9%. Okay, let's go 30. 7%. Let's go 34. That's better. Okay, then take profits on Chiliz. This one's pretty good. This might turn into a badass trade. If it works out. So I'll probably go. So if that breaks there, I'll probably go to these ranges up here. So I'm probably gonna set it quite. Let's see what 0.1910 is. 18%. That's not worth it. Higher ranges 1980. 0.1980. 41%. Okay, that's pretty good. So that is a risk to reward ratio of like 1 to 5, 1 to 6. So that's pretty good. Let's put that in. Cool. So I got my stop loss in there. I'm gonna make my $8 back. It's absolute terrible. Where's the rest of my cash here? Got my stop loss. Okay, cool. I think the ByBit one I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna be a bit more patient. Oh, this thing's gone crazy. I think I'm gonna be a bit more patient and possibly get another long. I'm at 20. Nice. 20x. Hope it goes your way, otherwise you're in shit. Yeah, 20x. I can't believe how you can not see that and make that silly mistake. Okay, this looks pretty good. It's holding for now. I think Matic will be the next one I wait. Guys, I am going to do a lot more of this. I love you all. I'm extremely exhausted. I want to sit a lot longer with you guys, but I think it was nice to crack the rust, have some fun together. How to join Sniper School. It will come out soon, guys. We'll get a lot of you in. We're going to get, I think, 5,000, 10,000 students on our first run. I think we do 1 million next year. That's the goal. I love you all. Have a fantastic night. I'll see you all in the morning. I'm doing a normal show tomorrow, and then I'm going to try to do these as often as possible. Let's spend time together. Let's kick ass together. And I love you all, Banter Fam. I'll see you all tomorrow.